Alright, we have finished drawing and outlining our happy buildings, and we're going to start with color. I decided that I'm going to be using color pencil because I can do a lot of detailed work with a pointy color pencil. So go ahead and grab yours. I've already started coloring just a little bit so you can get an idea of what they're going to look like. Now when you work on your buildings, you probably want to keep nice, bright, happy colors, kind of like James Rizzy colors. And you want to do some outlining. So when I come to this little guy right here, the first thing I do is I'm going to go around the edges, even though I have a nice thick Sharpie line. Some areas I don't have a Sharpie line. So I want to go around those areas with my color pencil. And James Rizzy didn't do very much shading in his artwork, so I want to try and color in the same direction and keep about the same amount of pressure on my color pencil so that it comes out kind of flat. So I'm going in just up and down, vertical. Keeping my color pencil very controlled because this is a small project. It's got small details. Now just by doing that little bit of outlining, I am able to color my building pretty quickly. You'll be able to separate your buildings out really well. I used a warm color on this building and a cool color on this building here. Alright, I finished coloring my buildings. They look pretty happy, and I am going to work on my pop-out element, and I think I'd like to do another car. In the video that you watched in the slides, you saw that James Rizzy actually designed a Volkswagen Beetle and covered it with his artwork. I have just a very small piece of paper here, a little scrap piece of paper. I'm going to start my Volkswagen Beetle with the curve of the middle of the car. I'm going to create the front hatch, the hood, and the trunk also with two more curves. I'm going to give my car some bumpers. That's just going to be a little jelly bean on each side because we only see the very end of the bumper, since it's a side view of the car. So I added two little jelly beans on there. I'm going to bring the bottom of the car in a little bit, and then I'm going to put in my wheel well, and I'm going to close up the car. Just two more curves. I'm going to put my tires on the car. This is the front of the car. I'm going to need to have my windshield. Maybe a separation decoration for the back of the car also. Maybe a door handle. That looks pretty good there. So I can go ahead and outline that. Since it's a very small thing, I am going to outline with thin Sharpie. And if you look at my first example, I have a dump truck. You could have a group of people on the street. You could have a fruit stand. Think of things that you see on the street when you go into a city. Maybe a newspaper stand, maybe a hot dog cart. Make something fun for you. So I'm going to go ahead and outline. Now that I've outlined, I can choose a fun color to color it with. I'm going to take my time on coloring it. I'm going to be cutting this out, so if I go a little outside the outside lines, that's okay. No big deal. Alright, now I'm ready to cut out my car. Since it's very small, I need to be careful when I cut. My car all cut out and ready to go, and I think for my second item I'm going to have a vegetable stand with a person, and that one's going to be a little bit closer, so when I draw it I can make it a tiny bit larger in perspective of the car. So this is going to be the start of my vegetable stand. It's going to be a cart. So I'm kind of drawing a rectangular prism here, bringing the sides in just a little bit. Now you can decide what you're going to draw for your second item, just like you can decide for your first item too. So I've started my vegetable cart. I think I'm going to put a big wheel on here. Some spokes on the wheel. Legs for it to stand on when the person's not pushing it. Maybe a quick handle. And then I need to start filling up the cart. So I think I'm going to do maybe a couple of big watermelons. I'm going to look like they're layered, so I'm going to have them stacked to the back of the cart. What else should we have in our fruit and vegetable cart? Maybe a whole mound of apples. Probably going to end up overlapping a lot. That's good to overlap. And let's see, should we do some pile of bananas? Probably have a person pushing the cart. So I'm going to Start out with a nice happy James Rizzy person here. Let's see, my person's gonna have a mustache. James Rizzy people are very fun and simple. I'm gonna mess the hair up here. And we'll finish him with his body. Apron to wear. I'm ready to outline and color this. So now I am ready to attach my pop-outs to my city. All I need is a dot of glue for each one. One little dot of glue here. One little dot of glue over there. So I have my very fun details here. If you wanted to add more to your city, you could always work in this area up here. You could add more people. Whatever you would see on the street, maybe somebody's out walking their dog, or you can trim this area off too. So after you have your pop-outs on, make sure you take a picture of your art project, attach it to the slide, and turn in your picture. I hope you guys had a lot of fun.